This podcast contains explicit language and is not suitable for younger viewers. You've been warned. The following is an article that I found on Reddit. I thought it was interesting and entertaining. The Bigfoot community folks are an interesting lot. They can be just as interesting to study as the creature itself. Bigfoot expeditions are more entertaining as a people-watching event than for what they reveal about Bigfoot. Here are my thoughts on the diversity of the community. First, there are the knowers. These are people who claim to have seen a Bigfoot or had some sort of encounter they claim proves the creature's existence. These can be people who say they actually saw a Bigfoot, though they may or may not have misidentified it, all the way down to people who saw two sticks pointing in the same direction, or a tree structure. There is absolutely no reasoning with these people. Once they get the bug, then everything is evidence. Many people are like this. If they see a hairball in their shower, they believe a Sasquatch has been there. Next, there are the people who have never had an encounter but are fascinated with the subject. They are open to the idea but remain fundamentally agnostic to it. These people have not lost their minds yet, but they're getting close. They walk a tightrope between rabbit hole fiction and true skepticism. The third group are the so-called skeptics. They hide behind the moniker skeptic with a religious zeal because they mistakenly think the term connotes a scientific mindset when applied to them. In other words, it is an ego thing with them. In reality, their mindset is far removed from the meaning of skeptic in the context of academia. These are people who use the term blobsquatch. They are grammar and pronunciation Nazis and repeatedly degrade and make fun of others. In short, they are emotionally defective, and they remind me a lot of our ruling class political leaders. Fourth, there are the hoaxers. Now these are the assholes who drink cheap beer, they dress up like monkeys, and they run across the highway in front of oncoming traffic. They trespass onto hunting leases at night dressed in a gorilla suit to get their photo taken on trail cams. Now, I'm not too hard on these folks because they're just trying to have a good time, and sometimes they create quite humorous moments. Fifth are the charlatans. Now these jackasses report false sightings in an attempt to profit from the phenomenon and the popular interest therein. They take advantage of people's curiosity and ignorance. If you follow the topic, you know who the hoaxers are. Some of them have podcasts and television shows. And last, there are the Bigfoot hunters. These people actively search for the monster. On one level, this group is divided into two groups. Those who want to kill one to obtain a body for science, money, or because they believe Bigfoot is a malignant part of nature that ought to be removed. And two, the pussies. The latter of the two grieve over the mere thought of killing one of these gross inbred animals. They are pantheistic or believe that Bigfoot is so genetically close to humankind that to kill one would be murder. I personally believe the no-kill crowd are communists. This writer is in the pro-kill camp. Now obviously I'm going to monetize the hell out of it. I've always been very open about this, but I am also of the opinion that even if these things are genetically close to humanity, they are so malignant to our world that they deserve to be wiped out. There is not an adequate breeding population. This is clear. Therefore, inbreeding is rampant, and it probably has been this way for several generations. They are a genetic clusterfuck, which explains why they get violent and act like total assholes. Bigfoot do not even take care of themselves. They stink. Plus, they always have shit in their hair caked with leaves and dirt. Have you ever heard a reported sighting of one where the witness does not say the hair looked matted and that they smelled good? The only animals that do not clean themselves are the sick and feeble. But in the reported sightings, they are not sick and feeble. They are said to move about swiftly through the thick cover and over rugged terrain. So why can't they clean themselves? It's because they're screwed up in the head. It's all the years of inbreeding. Essentially, they are a bunch of homeless, hairy deviants. So as far as I'm concerned, Sasquatch hunting season is open year-round, 24/7. Even if the fringe theories are true, the Nephilim, aliens, etc., then they are not of our natural world, and therefore they need to be eradicated. In other words, they are an invasive species. Only a sick, godless communist wants to preserve such things. Finally, I should note that all the groups mentioned above in the community hate each other. Further, all the subsets in each group hate each other as well. I've never understood this. There's absolutely nothing less scientific than being so closed-minded that you refuse to acknowledge other points of view. But to be sure, there have been many, many instances in history where great scientists have had rivalries with their contemporaries. This rival hatred thing seems to be particularly acute in the Bigfoot community. In my opinion, this is one of the aspects of the people in the community that make them such an interesting lot.